WOODSHOP 156, making the Monsta 1.0 skateboard using the veneer block technique. I've got a piece of cedar that I'm going to use and some random shorts that I'm going to edge glue together and use. The important thing is that the veneer block board is 3/4 of an inch thick. It's half the width of the board and the full length of the board. Here we're using the planer to smooth up the face on each side of the board. This is going to make it a little bit easier on the next step when we resaw. Now we're going to use the bandsaw and the bandsaw fence to resaw the veneer block. Make sure you keep your hands away from the blade and use a push stick on the last 4 to 6 inches of the board. At the glue table, using pipe clamps to edge glue the boards together. Planing the veneers to 1/8 of an inch thick. The core of the board is going to be made of 3mm Baltic birch plywood, and we're going to need 3 pieces cut to the dimensions of 9.5 by 30. So we're cutting 9.5 on the table saw, and then we're going to cut the 30 inches on the miter saw. What I have here is my cedar book match veneer, my odds and end random pieces of wood, BUTCH MACK veneer, and 4 pieces of 3mm Baltic birch. All 6 of these pieces are cut to 9.5 by 30, but I only need 4 of them. So with this particular board, I'm going to go with this veneer, set this aside for another board, and I'm going to go with 3 layers of the Baltic birch veneer. Now, it's really important that all 4 of these pieces fit in whichever mold you're using. I'm using the Monsta mold. It's really important that they fit in here. So now it's time for glue. Like that. So after I put the glue on, I'm going to go ahead and put the layup of veneers in a plastic bag to keep the glue contained. I'm going to put the veneer side up in the mold. Go ahead and put the top of the mold on, and I'm going to go ahead and carry it over to the shop press. "24 hours later, and I'm releasing the pressure off the press. washing the excess glue off with water. Keep in mind that Southern California, especially Ventura, is still in a drought, so use as little water as you can. Here I've centered the template on the blank, attaching it with 3/4 inch screws. Next I'm going to take it over to the bandsaw and cut about an 1/8 inch outside the template. Then I'm going to take it over to a flush cut router and trim off the last 1/8 inch. Now I've got a 3/16 drill bit. I'm marking the 4 holes that are open. Now I'm going to go ahead and take out the 3/4 inch screws, all 4 of those, and set them aside. I'm going to put back in the 3/16 drill bit, get a backing block, put it underneath the board, and drill all the way through on 8 holes. This backing block is going to keep the board from splitting out on the bottom. Putting the skateboard in the vise, I'm going to dress the edges with a spoke shave and a file. You can shape them to your liking. Sanding with 100 grit, then 200 grit sandpaper on both sides and the edges. Final step is polyurethane spray with silicone sand sprinkled on for non-skid.